This is the book of Psalms, chapter 18, verse 3, out of the King James 1611 edition Holy Bible. And it reads, I will call upon the Lord, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from mine enemies. And to the Most High, in the name of his only begotten Son, be the kingdom, glory, the honor forever and ever. All the reverence, honor, and praise goes on to the Heavenly Father, who his word in me calls Jehovah, and his true name, which I'm fully persuaded in my mind, is Yahweh, in the name of his only begotten Son, who his word in me calls Jesus Christ, which in his true name I'm fully persuaded in my mind as well. His name is Yahweh Shai. Be the one that is to get the glory for this video being done right now. I thank the Lord for putting the Spirit on me just to bring this edification on to you, and to all those that fear the Lord and love the Lord. May the Lord bring peace, grace, mercy onto you and your loved ones in your household and your family members. So through the Spirit, I want to get into a video touching upon health, but looking at a product and specifically called Desert Essence. Okay, it's a mouthwash. It's advertised as a natural, refreshing tea tree oil mouthwash. You see? But the thing I want to point out about this is you really got to be circumspect and just be mindful about these ingredients when it comes to anything that you're putting inside your body, whether it's food or whether it's topical treatments such as creams, lotions, or even mouthwash. Even though you're not supposed to be ingesting this stuff as far as swallowing it, you still got to look at the ingredients, because just like I mentioned in times past, as far as watching the ingredients and being circumspect on that level, you got to look at everything, man, and just be mindful, be cautious. So when you look at this Desert Essence natural tea tree oil mouthwash, you look at the ingredients, and something that's mentioned is this little thing called Polysorbate number 80. Okay, and we're gonna go into some resources, we're gonna reference and some tools just to show you once again, you should not be messing with these type of products that have ingredients that, you know, really when you do the research, they're toxins. They're toxins to your body. Okay, and they have serious side effects on different levels. But all in all, it is poisonous to your vessel, your temple, your body. So Lord willing, this video will be edifying to all those that hear it. And let's get right on to it. So through the Spirit, you know, to those that love the Lord and fear the Lord, may this be edifying unto you and provide you with more understanding to make better choices and discern greater between good and evil. So, Polysorbate, okay? Polysorbate number 80. You do a Google search on it, your search engine, however you want to go, Yahoo, Google, Ask, all right? Preferably right here. Google Polysorbate number 80 immediately, okay? One of the questions is Polysorbate 80? Question mark. All right, or is Polysorbate 80 all natural? So let's look at this right quick. It says Polysorbate 80 is a natural vegetable source emulsifier which creates solubility between water-based ingredients and oil-based ingredients. Polysorbate 80 is a natural fragrance and essential oil solubilizer. Okay, Polysorbate 80 is soluble in alcohol and water, insoluble in oils. And this reference is coming from naturesgardencandles.com. But once again, this is being advertised for mouthwash. So we're not looking for, is it safe for cosmetics or beauty or, you know, things of that nature. We're wondering if this is safe to put inside of our body, even when it comes to mouthwash. So it says that it's being projected as being natural, vegetable source, natural. Okay, so you don't gotta worry about animal byproducts, but let's go for the very top as far as is Polysorbate 80. And just click on that and just see what it says. Polysorbate 80 is a non-ionic surfactant. Okay, pardon me for my pronunciation. It's a Polysorbate 80 is a non-ionic, okay, surfactant and emulsifier, often used in foods and cosmetics. This synthetic compound is a viscous, water-soluble yellow liquid. Okay, so here it is, off rip. The first question that we're being answered right now is, in regards to Polysorbate 80, it's a non-ionic surfactant. So what is Polysorbate 80 off of Wikipedia, and we got various, as you can see, according to the tabs, we got various resources just to get you some more understanding on this. One source says that it's natural. This one says it is not natural, meaning it is synthetic, meaning it is created. Okay, it's not something that naturally just springs up in the environment, as far as the Lord created this for you to put it inside your body and everything will be good. No, it's synthetic, meaning it's man-made. And we're going to go into some more resources to show you about this and warn you about it, just so you can be circumspect on what you do with you, your loved ones, and your households, and your temple, meaning your body. So you look at Google search, just so people can see I'm not making any of these resources up. This is all coming from the first page, okay? And we're gonna read through a lot of things, and I got the bagpipes playing just to get that little music sensation into you. So a lot of our people got an issue when it comes to attention, okay? Keeping attention and being able to pay attention and listen and sit down and be still. So we're gonna go through a lot of these things real quick and read it briefly and just source, cite the sources when it comes to these websites. So this is from thegoodhuman.com. What is Polysorbate 80? All right, it says, what is Polysorbate 80 and why should you avoid it? All right, so the choice is ultimately down to you, and we are told that ingesting polysorbate is not a high risk. There are certainly some worrying issues. When reading labels, be aware that it can also go by Alkes, Carnicel, and Tween. What are your thoughts? Do you already avoid Polysorbate 80, or do you consider it safe enough for you and your family? Well, pardon me, because this is actually from the 4th page of this website. I forgot to reload it because I wanted everything, sharp off the gun. But we're just gonna go straight to the first page. So nice and concise. The Lord just wanted you to see it for yourself. As far as the 4th page, it coming straight directly to you, which I ain't mad at it. I'm glad about it. So here it is. It says, our daily lives see us exposed to toxins in many forms. We breathe them in thanks to polluted air, chemtrails. We unwittingly apply them to our skin, serve them up disguised in our foods, not to mention inhaling cigarette smoke, even as a byproduct of someone else's life choices. Our modern lifestyle is largely toxic, so much so that detoxing is a term that we are used to seeing. Unfortunately, allergies and diseases are also things we are used to seeing, and medical studies are beginning to make connections between some of these toxins and damage to our bodies. Alright, so it's giving you a heads up, just be more circumspect about your surroundings. What is it? This is a lesser known synthetic compound, also known as Tween 80. Once again, thegoodhuman.com. It is an amber/golden colored viscous liquid. It is made from polyethoxylated sorbitol, chemical compounds derived from the dehydration of sugars, alcohol, and oleic acid and fatty acid found in animal and vegetable fats. So off rip, it's letting you know something right quick. When it comes to this synthetic man-made chemical, it can also be found in vegetable and animals fats. So here it is. What does it do? Polysorbate 80 is used as an emulsifier or defoamer in foods, vitamins, medicines, and vaccines. And pardon me, forgive me, because I know I'm using a lot of words that not that many people may be familiar with. I put it out there myself. I had to look a lot of this stuff up, and even as doing the video, while reading these articles and sources and websites, I had to look up these things and find the definition of them. So to bring it to your attention, what is the word emulsifier? Okay, emulsifier. Google definition, define emulsifier. It says a substance that stabilizes an emotion, in particular a food additive used to stabilize processed foods. An apparatus used for making an emulsion by stirring or shaking a substance. Well, that doesn't really give too much to the imagination, so let's dig even further when it comes to emotion. Alright, once again, the Most High name is on me, son. I got these tabs linked up right quick for you, so keep up. So emotion, a fine dispersion of minute droplets of one liquid in another in which it is not soluble or miscible. A water-based paint used for walls. Boom. Okay. It is a water-based paint used for walls, but prior to that, because people may argue the fact, it says it is a fine dispersion of minute droplets of one liquid in another in which it is not soluble or miscible. So basically, the emulsion process of what it's talking about in regards to what it does, it's an emulser, okay, emulsifier. Here it is. It's meant to be something to make things soluble, meaning, you know, get into your liquid, for lack of a better terms, so that you can't see it, okay, so that it dissolves. It makes it so it's dissolvable, so if you put it in a clear glass, you're not going to be able to see the chemicals and stuff floating around in it. That's deception right there. Because a person that sees something floating around in their liquid that they may have to put into their body or in their cosmetics, a lot of people concerned with beauty, ain't no problem with that. But as far as seeing all these different chemicals on your beauty products, whether it's lipstick, lip gloss, mascara, whatever, you know, you women feel the need to put upon yourselves to be more attractive, that's between you and the Father. May the Lord bless you and have mercy on you. So all in all, it's an emulsifier. Polysorbate 80 is an emulsifier, meaning it's meant to make chemicals dissolve when they normally would not dissolve. Okay, it's deception. It's playing tricks on your mind. But it also says it's used as a emulsifier or deformer in foods, vitamins, medicines, and vaccines. So we got emulsifier as far as emulsion, a fine dispersion of minute droplets of one liquid in another in which it is not soluble or miscible. So basically it's making things mix when normally they don't mix. So let's look at the word define for defoamer. Okay, what is a defoamer? Okay, defoamer or an anti-foaming agent is a chemical additive that reduces and hinders the formation of foam in industrial process liquids. The terms anti-foam agent and defoamer are often used interchangeably. Okay, so basically bring it to your attention. Whenever things start to foam up because they're not supposed to be mixed together, an anti-defoaming agent and emulsifier takes that away from your eyes so you don't see it. So let's go into the Merriam-Webster dictionary for defoamer. A defoaming agent. That says a lot. Not at all. So let's go into defoaming. What is defoaming? According to Merriam-Webster dictionary, destroying or preventing the formation of foam. Okay? So it's going through this process to make it so that you don't see the stuff that's actually in your liquids or in any of your cosmetics. It's deception. It's deception. So it's making it to where things that aren't soluble become soluble so you don't see them. What does the word soluble mean? So let's look into the Merriam-Webster dictionary for solubility. Okay, the quality of state of being soluble, the amount of a substance that will dissolve in a given amount of another substance, and is typically expressed as the number of parts by weight dissolved by 100 parts of solvent at a specified temperature and pressure, or as percent by weight or by volume. Okay, let's look up that word soluble. What does that mean? Susceptible of being dissolved in or as if in a fluid, capable of emulsifying. Soluble oil. So you see how these words are very interchangeable? Just big words just to let you know whether something dissolves in liquid products, basically. But this little thing called Polysorbate 80 takes that away from you. So when your eye naturally will warn you of something that's not supposed to be inside your body or on your skin, this little chemical called Polysorbate 80, whether it's made synthetically from vegetables or animals, fats, is to take away that keen visual warning so that you won't be able to see the toxin that's in whatever product that you're using to give you natural health, naturally refreshing. But hey, let's go on to these articles and these websites and resources to see if this thing is actually a natural alternative. It promotes with essential oil of spearmint, sugar-free, gluten-free, alcohol-free. But that's not the only things you need to be circumspect and cautious about. Once again, Polysorbate 80, we're going to find out more about. It says that it's found to be inside of cosmetics, but what about looking into it even further? It says, why is it used in food? It is used as a defoamer for the fermenting process of some wines, and also to bind some ice creams and other puddings to keep their creamy texture without separating. It is also used to bulk foods up and keep sauces smooth. Okay, because a lot of people are caught up in the vanity of their eyes and something that looks good to them, so it will make it more appealing to want to put it in their body or put it on their skin. But here it is. If it's natural, you shouldn't be worried about the way it looks. Only when it's synthetic or man-made or chemical based or a toxin or a poison, it should open your eyes to say warning, okay? Don't mess with this stuff. But chemicals such as this, take that away from your eyesight. But thank you, Most High, in the name of your only begotten Son, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We can actually see these things on the ingredients. And as the scripture says, blessed is he that readeth. So let's read on. It says, what is it? This is a lesser known synthetic compound, also known as Tween 80. It is an amber / golden colored viscous liquid. It is made from okay, pardon me while I try to pronounce this, a lot of these deceptive words as far as the chemicals, but come along with me. Polyethoxylated sorbidane. Congratulations. Chemical compounds derived from the dehydration of sugar, alcohol, and oleic acid, a fatty acid found in animal and vegetable fats. Okay, once again, let's just skip right on down to find out some more stuff about this thing. It says, what is it used? Why is it used in cosmetics? Okay, here's the chemical compound for it. It can also act as a surfactant in soaps and cosmetics, as well as a solubilizer, helping to dissolve ingredients so that they can more easily blend together. It is used as a solubilizer. It makes products look creamier and more attractive so that people will buy them, so they can get into your pockets and rob you with poisons. You already found out what solubilizer is, right? Okay. Looking into it even further, pardon me. Okay, solubilizer, solubility, soluble. Does it dissolve? Okay. Bring these products together. So let's look at it even further, because this stuff isn't just found inside of food and drinks as far as mouthwash or cosmetics. It says, why is it used in medicine? It is used as an ingredient in some vaccines. Stay away from vaccines. As well as in some vitamins and supplements. Polysorbate 80 is used to improve the consistency of gel capsules to make pills disperse in the stomach. Okay? And if you're messing with gel capsules, please, by all means, okay, through the grace and mercy of the Lord, in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, stay away from gelatin capsules. Those are pig byproducts, okay? It's swine. Try to look for vegetable capsules, if anything, okay? Because they have animal byproduct capsules, whether it's fish made for oils or gelatin as in pork. Chemicals such as polysorbate 80 makes it to where these things that naturally wouldn't go together inside of your system dissolve, but they also have side effects. It says, what products is it used in? Polysorbate 80 is a versatile and useful ingredient. Not useful, okay? It is an ingredient, so it is present in quite a few products. Here is a short generalized list of where it is most found often. Next page. You really got to be circumspect with these things, because here it is. Even though we're talking about beauty products and cosmetics, it's showing you pictures of ice cream, okay? Just because it tastes sweet doesn't mean it's good to eat. So here it is. It says food shortening chewing gum, a byproduct that's known in paints, okay? Paints. This is a paint byproduct. It's also found in food shortening chewing gum, ice cream, gelatin, which is another name for a pork or swine byproduct, vitamins, actual things that's good for you. Supplements, as far as vitamins, you have polysorbate 80 inside of these vitamins that are counterproductive. You take maybe 2 steps forward, it gives you 3 steps backward with its side effects, but it continues on. Soap, shampoo, cosmetics, skin creams, condiments, medicines, vaccines. A lot of people suffering from vaccines, and Lord willing, we'll do a video in the future regarding the dangers of vaccines and how they're using that to depopulate humanity. You really got to be circumspect with these things, you know, brothers and sisters, please. Should we be worried? Let's read. Let's see what the material safety data sheet, or MSDS sheet, okay, for a lot of people that work with chemicals or work in the field of construction, it says for polysorbate 80 has to say. Slightly flammable to flammable in presence of heat. Something that these people put in chewing gum and ice cream is flammable, okay? Slightly hazardous in case of skin contact irritant or of eye contact irritant, or ingestion, meaning going inside of you, or inhalation, meaning breathing it in, okay, may cause adverse reproductive effects based on animal test data. No human data found, because they don't want to test it on humans and tell you the negative side effects it has. They'll test it on animals and say, well, the animal didn't die, it just had certain messed up effects to it, but you know what, it's still living, so give it to the people. Come on now, you really got to be circumspect and look into these things. It says may cause cancer based on animal test data. Not only does it mess with your reproductive organs, okay, you may have issues with creating life, which the Lord gave it on to Adam and Eve, letting them be known, look, be fruitful and multiply. Products such as these is taking that capability away from you. So a lot of people, they may be wondering why their wife may not get pregnant, or why the male seems infertile. It's because they got freaking chemicals hidden inside of their food, cosmetics, and vaccines and medicines and vitamins that are preventing you from doing these things. You see, it's a devil mindset. It's a deception mindset. Okay, it's not someone with a pitchfork and a tail and horns doing this. This is evil children of the wicked people. Okay, banking families, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, DuPont. You can look up the names of these 13 bloodlines and find it for yourself. They pass all these things. FDA approve all these things. They oversee these things and push it onto the people. They're parasites. They get wealthy off of you not being healthy. It says may affect genetic material, mutagen. Okay. However, it is also listed in the handbook of green chemicals. So, you know, there's a lot of things to take in with this stuff, so I'm gonna just lightly touch upon them. Okay, not all polysorbate 80 is created equal. Some cosmetic grade polysorbate 80 may potentially contain, okay, pardon me while we try to go through this pronunciation, ethylene oxide, congratulations, 1,4-diox or dioxane and mono and diethylene glycol as impurities. Although worryingly, these carcinogenic contaminants have also been picked up in food additives. They're poisonous, okay, and they're found in food agents. Read on, man. You can read on for yourself. We're just gonna lightly skim through these paragraphs, man, because there's a lot of information to cover. It says, what about scientific studies? There are many published studies which analyze polysorbate 80, but it is important to recognize their limitations before generalization are made. This study suggests a link between the ingredient and infertility in mice. You can click on the studies to find out more information, but let's go on to page 3. Just so, Lord willing, you can really get the potency of this information. Okay, it's sad that, you know, you can really be trying to make healthier choices, okay, and decisions, but little ingredients such as polysorbate 80 is still creeping up into our homes, man, polluting our people and poisoning our children, man. You gotta watch these things, man. Let's see. While this is also a worry, I would choose to be wary of this study, as research was conducted on just one pregnant woman who had severe allergic reaction to a multivitamin administered via IV. Okay, so off rip, you let it be known it's found in some of your vitamins. It's not so much that the woman, in this case, so to speak, this one pregnant woman was just allergic to the multivitamin. The multivitamin had this poison toxin. I don't even call it an ingredient as far as a food. It is a poisonous toxin found in her IV for multivitamins. And she was pregnant and it promoted infertility. You know what that means? That means the child died as a result of this being inside of their body. You really got to read into this stuff, man, and see it. Paint the picture for yourself, man. Blessed is he that readeth. Once again, just going to skip down to the next paragraph. A recent study has shown a real connection between ingesting polysorbate 80 and the development of bowel problems. It can be a real worry for those with predisposition to colitis. Okay, for those that suffer from that disease, man, look, you really got to be circumspect with what you're using for as medication to, get rid of your lack of ease, your disease or irritations or ailments, because these type of things exacerbate, meaning make it worse. They amplify the negative side effects for it. So let's read on in this next portion. It says, a similar vein, the study link here connected polysorbate 80 to exacerbate or increase dramatically Crohn's disease. You see, so you're thinking that you're taking your medicines to get better, but really it's just elongating your suffering, ultimately elongating your death. So it says, should we avoid polysorbate 80? The evidence suggests that this ingredient is potentially toxic, not potentially, it is toxic, okay? Forget these devilish words as maybe sometimes, just straightforward, yay, nay, nay. It is toxic, particularly the lower grade versions. No, all these versions are toxic, man. They're not toxic if you're using it for paint, maybe. If you don't breathe, that's why you have on a mask when you do those such tasks. But as far as putting it on your body, ingesting inside your system, just something I want you to see real quick. Let's just rewind to this last portion regarding how it exacerbates someone suffering from Crohn's disease. It says polysorbate 80, okay, right here, has also been casually linked with an increased risk of blood clots, stroke, heart attack, heart failure, and a tumor growth or reoccurrence in patients with certain types of cancer. So if you're already suffering, it's going to make your suffering worse, okay? There's nothing potential about that. If it can make you worse, then it is toxic. Whether you're pregnant or not pregnant, whether you're eating it or putting it on your skin for cosmetics, it has side effects. This is what you need to understand from it. So going back into this portion right here at the end, it says, the evidence suggests that this ingredient is potentially toxic. It is toxic, particularly the lower grade, all the grade versions of toxic, which are typically used in cosmetics, which list polysorbate 80 is in their ingredient list. It can be considered a concern to accept vaccines. It can be considered a concern to accept vaccines which contain the ingredient. Not supposed to be messing with vaccines off rip, but here it is. These are the things that's being injected inside your body, man. For people that subscribe to still doing vaccines, whether it be work-related or school-related, or just your fear of getting sick, have faith in the Lord, man. Really have faith in the Most High. The name of His only begotten Son, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Holy Bible, King James Version, best suited version, or 1611 King James Version. The Lord gives us wisdom on watching out for these type of things, man. You really got to take heed onto the word, because here it is. These things deceptively and creepingly get into your homes and pose as a potential threat if used or taken by mistaken upon you, your loved ones, your wife, or your children, man. This is some serious stuff, okay? The choice is ultimately down to you, once again. And, brothers and sisters, it's up to you to decide whether you want to take this stuff serious or not. All right, so let's look into the book of Proverbs, get some scripts in this mix. Proverbs out of the King James Holy Book, okay? King James Holy Bible edition. So-called Old Testament, the book of Proverbs, chapter 14. We're going to go to verse 15. It says, the simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. Okay? The simple believeth every word. Everybody, just because it's being told to you, whether the person is smart or whether the person is educated, as far as they have a piece of paper from some type of building that says that they're a good slave to stand still and regurgitate what they've been told, doesn't mean that you should take it as facts or truth or something that's just good for you. Okay, the simple believe everything that they hear without looking into it. It says, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. It's because it says desert essence, which I'm not gonna lie, man. I'll put it straight to you. As far as me, my household, family, we definitely try to do our best to use healthier alternatives to a lot of these things, whether it be mouthwash or toothpaste, okay, or soap. So I do use desert essence, but for toothpaste, but I've gone away from that, okay, deviated from using it as a toothpaste because of the fact that it promotes that it's not made with fluoride. But the fact that they're able to slip this in to mouthwash, You know, the Spirit had it to where the family made a transition to other companies with different toothpaste that don't promote fluoride, and more natural ingredients are used to make it, you know, for you. But man, it's something to where this is out there being sold to people. Okay, people are buying it. People are getting rich off of people using it, thinking that okay, they're doing a good thing by not using Colgate, or not using Listerine or some of these alcohol-based mouthwashes. But here it is, whether it has natural tea tree oil, this thing still has poisons in it. Still has poisons in it. And this isn't the only thing that's out there that's promoting this stuff. You see? So let's look at some of these other sources, you know, the Spirit spoke about. This is from EWG.org, okay? EWG Skin Deep Cosmetics Database. What does it say about Polysorbate 80? Okay? It says health concerns of the ingredient low, but still overall it has concerns. Don't be fooled by the downplaying of the seriousness of it. It's still low. It may not say cancer, developmental or reproductive toxicity, allergies, or immune oxidity. Use restrictions. It may not show you on this little website, depending on who they're being funded by, but overall it will make your situations worse if you already have these issues. It says off rip, Polysorbate 80 is a surfactant and emulsifier used in cleaners and personal care products. So for personal care products, for beauty, these things is showing you that it has a low hazard rate, but it's not only used for beauty products, cosmetics, it's also put inside food ingredients. So that's what this database and website has to say. Let's continue on. This is from truthinaging.com. Polysorbate 80. A surfactant also known as tween 80, polyoxethane 20, sorbitane monoleate, and POE 20, sorbitane monoleate. Okay? Polysorbate 80 is primarily used in cosmetics and beauty products as a surfactant and emulsifier because of its ability to help other ingredients dissolve in a solvent in which they normally would not be able to dissolve, specifically in the case of oil and water. Once again, it's showing you that, oh man, it's something. It's showing you that this is for cosmetics, beauty products, makeup, shampoos, soaps, things of that nature. But they have this nice little picture of ice cream on the side. Why is that? Okay? Because it's not just found in fragrances, powders, and shampoos. It also says as well as food. What? As well as food products. You will find this ingredient that's known to be in paint, that's known to be in makeup, that's known to be in soaps, also in your food. So here we are on toxnet.nlm.nih.gov. Okay, it's giving you the chemical basis of Polysorbate 80 for people that second guess all these different references and sources. It says human health effects. Tween 80 did not cause irritation to human skin. Okay, sign and symptoms, but let's read on. It says polysorbates are widely used in cosmetics, food products, and oral, parenteral, and topical pharmaceutical formulations, and are generally regarded as non-toxic and non-irritant materials. There have, however, been occasional reports of hypersensitivity to polysorbates following their topical and intramuscular use, meaning ingested, or actually it going into your skin, getting into your muscles, causing issues. Polysorbates have also been associated with serious adverse effects, including some deaths in low birth rate infants. Intravenously administered as a vitamin E preparation containing a mixture of polysorbates 20 and 80 may be harmful if inhaled, may cause respiratory tract irritation, may be harmful if absorbed through skin, may cause skin irritation, may cause eye irritation, may be harmful if swallowed, unintentionally administered to a 4-month-old infant at daily dose of 19.2 grams or kilograms for 2 consecutive days. The patient passed 6 loose stools but showed no other evidence of intoxication. Okay, so here it is. They're giving you the case reports, meaning, oh, look, this is what we found as far as people that suffered from this, or as far as little infants going through illnesses, but you know what? The child didn't die, and this was from this case study. Here it is. You got sometimes where people actually die from illnesses or poisons, but it's not attributed to its true basis. Okay, the toxicology or the analysis, CSI entertainers, you know, people of that nature, you see in those episodes that they get the nice little police detective work where they try to find out the cause of death. But a lot of people that don't have health insurance, that don't have high premiums, and how they take care of their body in hospitals that they go to that cater to you, you may not get this full analysis. You may not get this full investigation as far as, oh, why this person is feeling this way, or why they died, or you know what, they had diabetes, or they had Crohn's disease, or they had colitis, or they already had some type of issue, but not knowing that their medications, along with things such as Polysorbate 80, they weren't mixing. They were fighting against each other. Okay, so someone may get documented as dying from some type of disease, but what caused that disease to get worse? Toxins, chemicals such as Polysorbate 80. So you can look into this website because there's a lot of stuff going into the case study and clinical effects. But this is just touching on the topical stuff, man. It's just scratching the surface. Just so if you really care about this information, look into it for yourselves and see it truly. Okay, this is from PubChem. Okay, pubchem.ncbi.nlm.nih.gov. Okay, so for those wondering about PubChem, simply put, PubChem is an open chemistry database at the National Institute of Health, NIH. Open means that you can put your scientific data in PubChem and that others may use it. So it's basically a website dedicated to those that put out their studies regarding, okay, the different breakdowns of chemicals and chemical compounds and their findings and research on it. So here it is. Once again, it's letting me known, PubChem CID. Here's the number. The chemical names for Polysorbate 80 is also known as tween 80, glycol, Polysorbate 80, polyoxethane, sorbitane, oleate, polyethane, oxide, sorbiton. Okay, just so people can peep it for themselves. Known in drug and medication information, food additives and ingredients, pharmacology, biochemistry, safety and hazards. Skin, eye, respiratory irritations. Toxicity. Interactions. Effect of Polysorbate 80 on a bioavailability and distribution of methotrexate (MTX) was studied in NMRI and Porton mice following oral administration. In these two strains of mice, concentrations of MTX were increased in various organs by this non-ionic sulfate. So you can read on even further just to see how they're testing these things, just in case you question the legitimacy and seeing if it's actually on point. These websites give you the information on where these studies take place, and a lot of these other websites, they reference these things. So that's just giving you the ideal on where that came from right there. But it's some serious stuff. Okay, the vaccinereaction.org, out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, right? Polysorbate 80, a risky vaccine ingredient. The recent public conversation about the safety of vaccine ingredients has centered primarily around mercury, dimesyl or dimerosal, aluminum, and formaldehyde. However, there are other concerning ingredients in vaccines that are not talked about as often, one of which is Polysorbate 80, also known as tween 80, and polyoxethane, polyoxethylene sorbitane 20 monooleate. Okay, so we already know what Polysorbate 80 is from the other sites. These are the different vaccines it's known in, not well tested. Already letting you know off rip. Damage to the brain in vaccines. Polysorbate 80 acts as an emulsifier to disperse all other ingredients evenly within the liquid. Pediatrician Lawrence Pelevsky, MD, warns of the potential danger of using polysorbate 80 as a vaccine ingredient. He notes, polysorbate 80 is used in pharmacology to assist in the delivery of certain drugs or chemotherapeutic agents across the blood-brain barrier. This raises serious concerns of using polysorbate 80 in combination with other reactive vaccine ingredients, which have the potential to damage the brain. They have the potential to damage the brain. If you don't believe me, this is actual MD, so-called certified doctor for you. Okay? You can look onto this resource even further for yourselves, man. Once again, thevaccinereaction.org, polysorbate 80. You can put it in the search engine right here for you. Food grade polysorbate 80 coming from Modern, is pantry.com. Polysorbate 80. Look at this stuff, man. You can actually buy the chemical. You can buy the chemical off rip. Don't even have to worry about if it's used in mouthwash or anything else like that. People can purchase this chemical for what it's advertised here, and they can use it for whatever purposes they see fit. So it's not making this stuff up, okay? Really not. This is from webmd.com for people that are familiar with this. Polysorbate 80 or glycerin droperate, uses. This medication is used to relieve dry, irritated eyes. Common causes for dry eyes include wind, sun, heating, air conditioning, computer use / reading, and certain medications. But here it is. They're using this to take care of your eye irritants, but this chemical causes eye irritation. Yeah, they may use it in small dosages, but here it is. This, you see how they deceptively use this on the people, man? Showing you how to use it, but I'm not trying to promote how to use this poison. Okay, let's just go straight into the side effects. Vision may be temporarily blurred when this product is first used. Also, minor burning, stinging, irritation may temporarily occur. If any of these effects persist or worsen, tell your doctor or pharmacist promptly. I mean, let's just jump down. It says, a very serious allergic reaction to this drug is rare. However, seek immediate medical attention if you notice any symptoms of serious allergic reaction, including rash, itching, swelling, especially of the face, tongue, throat, severe dizziness, trouble breathing. Okay, this is not a complete list of possible side effects. If you notice other effects not listed above, contact your doctor or pharmacist. This is from WebMD. It's from WebMD, folks. Just trying to let you know that, look, all the side effects haven't been listed. So if you see some extra stuff happening to you because you take this into your system, notify those that you confide in. Which, Lord willing, the spirit will even go even further into that whole hospital, Carduceus, doctor, witchcraft industry. Okay, if you really want to seek health, if you really want to seek cures to a lot of these illnesses and diseases that people are going through, that a lot of our people be suffering, and people all over the world, use the herbs. Okay, use the natural remedies, plant-based. A lot of the stuff that people use to actually get results is stuff that you can actually eat. That's not poisonous to you. As it, those, a wise saying, that's been known throughout philosophers is, let thy food be thy medicine. That's originally what it was stated for. Okay, so as far as polysorbate 80, I mean, you see it for yourself. Hope you figured out what this is all about, polysorbate 80, and why you should avoid it. Let's get back into these scripts to let it be known unto the people, to further edify you and make you aware of the negatives of this toxin as far as bringing it on home. Okay, because all in all, these resources as far as these different tools are one thing, but let's get into the scriptures just to draw it to your attention. So This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay? The simple believeth every word, Proverbs 14 and 15. But the prudent man looketh well to his going. Okay? Look well to your going when you're looking into all these things, because you find out that they're actually poisonous and toxic to your body. Alright? We started off with Psalms, the book of Psalms, a song, a prayer, okay, magnifying the Lord, chapter 18, verse 3. It says, I will call upon the Lord who is worthy to be praised, so shall I be saved from my enemies. If you praise the Lord, fear the Lord, love the Lord, and ask him for that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, he will bring safety to you. He will bring refuge to you. He will bring all these things to you that will make you aware of how to actually seek safety and seek comfort and seek escape from your enemies, man. People that love you wouldn't deceptively fool you to put toxins in your body. These are enemies that are doing this to you. These are wicked individuals that are doing this to you. Okay? It's the devil that's doing this to you. Demons that's doing this to you. Okay? You find out a lot of these people descend from actually the children of Esau according to the scriptures, and not just the Edomites, but you got wicked people found amongst the Lord's own people, as far as the Israelites are concerned, the lost sheep. Scriptures say that a lot of the Lord's people, a lot of our people have become more wicked than the wicked. So if that's the case, you got to ask yourself, who are the wicked? Who are the children of the wicked? Well, all in all, you look at these banker families, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, put them on blast for that ass to let it be known, man. A lot of these companies and a lot of these industries get rich off of the people's ignorance, man. There's nothing wrong with getting paper. There's nothing wrong with getting your shekels. Nothing wrong with getting your dollar bills, y'all, to get your daily bread. But to get your funds increased by someone else's suffering, the Lord sees that. Okay? The Lord sees that, and the Lord sees all these things that are happening. So this is the book of Mark, chapter 4. Chapter 4, verse 22. Let's go straight to it. Because these things have been hidden from the people's eyes, but now through the grace and mercy of the Lord, in the name of his only begotten Son, amen. I thank Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai and brothers that I've learned from in the past and still to this day, okay, that put out this information, whether or not brothers may see eye to eye on actual breakdowns, but bring out this information because as it is pertaining on to salvation, your temple, your vessel, and how better you are able to receive and retain information, especially the word of truth, the word of God. I think individuals and those that may see this video, if you have more information you can put into the comment boards, by all means do so, whether it's information or whether it's scripture or whether it's exhortation or whether it's websites or resources, by all means flood it, man. This information isn't to magnify me, this is to magnify the Lord and his truth and the one, the sheep. Okay? Because as it is written, the book of St. Mark, so-called St. Mark in the New Testament, so-called, chapter 4, verse 22, it says, for there is nothing hid which shall not be manifested, neither was anything kept secret, but that it should come abroad. Okay, these things that are done in the dark, they're being brought to the people's attention. Okay, and not just this, but the fact that the truth that the society is going to fall real soon. Okay, not just America, not just Russia, but all the wickedness of the world is going to fall real soon due to the Lord's judgment. Okay, his prophecies are speaking, his people are waking up, and Lord willing, more of the Lord's sheep wake up, and ultimately the elect get sealed and get edified so that deliverance can take place. Whether it have to take place by death to prove your faith, especially when it comes down to the outward temptation, the mark of the beast, the RFID chip being pushed upon the people, and to those, including myself, if it applies, hey, call it for what it is. If you got to be faithful until death, meaning if you got to die to prove your faith, then and so be it, you shall be raised up. Don't be fearful of these things, man. The Lord is putting in our spirit to bring this out and push it out to the people and let it be known. This is stuff that you need to watch out for. We're warning the sheep, not being like the hireling or a lot of these individuals that get money off of their congregation and don't warn them about the things that they should be warning them about. Meaning they're getting paid to soothsay the people, to put them to sleep, and when trouble comes, they just flee away because they don't care about the sheep. Okay, we're willing to put our lives on the line, not because of our own might, but the Lord that gives us this might. The Most High in the name of his only begotten Son. Okay, to those that may be new to these type of videos or to this channel, because just call it for what it is. A lot of these things are done on the internet to catch the attention of those on the internet. So whether you see brothers on the streets or come in contact with us physically or communicate with us, you can see these things at your leisure, at your study time, at your so-called free time. So Lord willing, as we get into this final scripture, this is the book of the epistle of John, the third epistle of John. Okay, verse 2, since there's only one chapter. It says, "Beloved, I wish above all these things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prosper." You see, so through the Spirit, when brothers speak about health, wealth, and prosperity, I know this video tarried for quite some time, but all in all, you get the gist of it. Okay, this is to promote prosperity and health, and in your soul, which if those things go together, your wealth with your faith ultimately, and even your mindset to actually go out and do what you got to do to get your daily bread, however it may be, legitimately through the Spirit of Yahweh, the name of Yahweh Shai, meaning you're not afflicting others, okay, and not making merchandise off of the suffering of others. Through the Spirit, may the Lord increase you with this information, okay, and bless you, your loved ones, your families, okay. Once again, I give the honor, reference, and praise to glory, honor, and kingdom. The Most High name is only begotten Son forever and ever. Okay, once again, I praise and exalt the name of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. To those that may call upon a different name, the Lord willing, the Lord will have mercy upon you and open up your understanding to ultimately see what is truth. And all in all, besides the name, just the faith, the word. Okay, pray that this word was able to edify those that are unawares. Feel free to like it, okay, subscribe, share it, whatever you got to do to get more people to see it through the Spirit. Repeat the information and say it is yours. I don't care if you reference me or not. Just let's get the information out there. Warn others. Okay, take a look at the ingredients in your foods, the ingredients in your beauty products, in all things, man. Just look. Just don't be foolish and led astray like sheep to the slaughter. The Lord has given us the blessings with His wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to be able to distinguish right from wrong through His standards, through His law, statutes, commandments, and through His word, His wise counsel. So I just hope that this video was, it opened your eyes, you see, and let it reach those who it's supposed to reach as a seed, to grow in this due season. So through the Spirit, pray that the Lord has mercy upon you, your loved ones, okay, all those that fear the Lord, love the Lord. I pray that the Lord brings more abundance into you, brings more health, reassurance, wealth, okay, prosperity for you, your loved ones, grace and mercy, ultimately forgiveness of sins. Confess your sins, don't be proud, humble yourselves as a little child and ask the Lord for forgiveness in order to endure these times that we're living in. And may the Lord just guide you and have mercy upon you, have mercy upon me, have mercy upon us all. Pray that everything goes well with those that take this word seriously, and to those that are still unawares, to those that decide to pass this information on, to everyone that may not receive it immediately. You may be considered as a health nut, conspiracy theorist, or whatever, but everybody has to take it in due season. Everyone has to get it on their own time. It's the Lord ultimately that opens everybody's understanding. So I just hope that all in all, this stuff is taken seriously, and may we be delivered soon from this society. Okay, but rejoice though, be happy, rejoice, because we're able to see these things. We're able to see these things and make the decisions, okay, and see the wolf as it comes and flee, okay, and ultimately go to the Lord and ask for His mercy. So pray that through the Spirit, the Most High name is only begotten Son. Once again, who I'm fully persuaded in my mind, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Okay, bless you, your families, your loved ones, and may the love of the Messiah, Yahweh Shai, and the grace of the Almighty Father, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Yahweh, be upon you, along with the communion of the Holy Spirit. Shalom, peace.